What's up, everybody? Professional wrestler Chris Wylde here, the Heart Killer. Chris Wylde here with another video here on my Eagles YouTube channel. And you want to talk about killing hearts? You want to talk about robbery? You talk about what Howie Roseman, the GM of the Philadelphia Eagles, did to the Chicago Bears fans this week when he traded for their #1 running back, Jordan Howard, for a 6th round 2020 pick. And to me, that is what hurts the most for Bears fans, is that they only got a 6th round pick for this guy, Jordan Howard. And I bring that up because this video is about the Eagles draft needs at running back in the 2019 NFL draft. It's a big need for the Eagles, I believe. I know a lot of fans believe that as well, as we have all asked the question, what are they going to do at running back? And before this week, we really didn't have a clear answer. I didn't think that they were going to end up trading for Jordan Howard. I wanted it. I've done videos on it, but it finally happened. I'm ecstatic for it. I'm going to tell you why. In 2017, the Philadelphia Eagles had a 3-guy rotation basically at the end of the year that consisted of LeGarrette Blount, Jay Ajayi, and Corey Clement, and it just worked wonders for him. You had Blount, who was the brawler, the bully. You had Ajayi, who was kind of a little bit more elusive. And then you had Corey Clement that could catch passes out of the backfield and just brought something a little bit different to the offense as a whole. And I think they kind of want to get back to that. Last year, Ajayi was broken in half for most of the year. Darren Sproles couldn't stay healthy. I mean, we only saw him at the end. Wendell Smallwood is Wendell Smallwood, and Josh Adams had flashes, but ended up, just being a guy. And I think that the Eagles know that they need to protect Carson Wentz this year, and one of the ways you're going to do that is by having a good running game. So I had written out this video, and as I was writing it, this news about Jordan Howard broke. So that kind of changed a couple of things in my top 5 for who the Eagles could get. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys, is who I think the top 5 guys are that fits the Eagles offense. They are probably going to be different than a lot of other draft experts. I'm not a draft expert, but draft experts drafts. But these are just the guys from watching some tape and some film that I think would fit perfectly into this Eagles offense. So here we go. Now, because of the Jordan Howard trade, a lot of fans are thinking that the Eagles are just not going to draft a running back, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And here's why. So Jordan Howard's on the last year of his contract, which is good for the Eagles. I mean, it's a make-or-break deal for Jordan Howard. He's betting on himself, basically, because if he does well, then they're probably going to want to sign him to an extension. He's only 24 years old. They gave up a 6th round pick for a 24-year-old. That's beautiful. But he's only 24 years old. And then the rest of I think Corey Clement next year will be the last year of his rookie deal. I could be wrong. And they're going to need a running back. They're not going to go in with Wendell Smallwood and Josh Adams as the 2nd or 3rd running back. And Darren Sproles, he's going to give him till May. They're not going to hold back and wait for his decision. They're going to go into this draft because they need a guy that they can bring in on a rookie contract that they don't have to pay for a bunch of years. And they're going to need someone good. So here we go. Here are my top 5. And the guy I'm going to start off with is a guy I think the Eagles have absolutely 0 chance of getting. But I just could not leave him out of this list because I think he'd be perfect for this Eagles offense. And that's running back Josh Jacobs from Alabama. Now this guy is #1 on just about everybody's draft board as far as running back is concerned. Even though he ran a 4.6 at the combine, I still don't think it mattered. He played in the best conference in college. You look at this guy on film, his highlight film, he's got elite acceleration. He's got a lot of elite movement. He was not the starter, so he's got less wear and tear than the other running backs on my list. And when I think of this guy, I kind of think of an Alvin Kamara type running back, but just with maybe a little bit more burst and acceleration. He's a guy that you watch and you just watch him stop and then re-accelerate real quickly. And that's a lot of feature that a lot of backs have a hard time doing and just can't do. And, he can make somebody miss and then be just as fast as he was when he hit the hole. Definitely good enough for a 1st round pick. Again, the Eagles, even if they didn't get Jordan Howard, they were not going to pick in the 1st round a running back. I was a toddler, I think, the last time they did it. And most recently, Shady McCoy was a 2nd round pick. So it's just not something that the Eagles do. And in today's NFL, to be honest, the running back position just isn't as valued as it was. I mean, we look at the Patriots who have won the Super Bowl 6 times now. Lost to the Eagles, of course, once, but a lot. They get Corey Dillon one year, and other than that, I mean, they go into it with James White, LeGarrette Blount, just guys that aren't complete superstars. So this is the formula that I think a lot of teams are going to start to use. And again, I said the Eagles used it in 2017. So I don't think that they're going to have a shot at Josh Jacobs if he makes it to the second round, if he makes it to number 53, or even if he kind of falls. I can see them maybe trading up for him. Again, that's a reach. But yeah, he's not going to make it to him. But if he does, it'll be a happy day in Philadelphia, because I think this guy is the real deal. You're going to hear me say a lot of things in this video for these guys that are similar. And the wide receiver trait for this guy, to be able to catch the ball, is important in this Eagles offense. We know that. And he does that great. So Josh Jacobs is my number 1 guy, just like he is just about everyone else's. And then my number 2 is starting to rise up on everybody else's board. But big shout out to my boy Adam Payton, who called this weeks ago. And it's Darrell Henderson out of Memphis. This dude kind of reminds me of Philip Lindsay, but a little bit more powerful. He can catch, he can run routes. I think the only real negative that I can see from him is he's only 5'8". But he had 22 touchdowns last year, 1,900 yards. I mean, this guy is amazing. You think about Kareem Hunt is a better example. Kareem Hunt without all the drama. His cuts are aggressive, just very smooth when he has the ball in his hands. He doesn't have a great burst, but he can get to that second level of speed, and I think that's obviously important. This dude, man, Darrell Henderson, he's going to be a player. He's going to be a baller in the NFL. I hope it's for the Eagles. I mentioned Kareem Hunt. I could see the Kansas City Chiefs possibly looking to get him to fill that void that Kareem Hunt left. They're also saying that the Saints are looking into him. I don't want to see either one of those teams have him. I can just see Jordan Howard, Darrell Henderson, Corey Clement, and maybe a 4th guy if Sproles decides to dust his cleats off and get back in the game. But man, this would be amazing. This would be, just to have this guy in a rookie contract for as long as that they will, he would be an absolute positive and a difference maker and a game changer for the Philadelphia Eagles. Someone that I think defensive coordinators would definitely have to game plan for. So that's Darrell Henderson. As you can see, he's just a wow guy. So that is my number 2. Now my number 3 was between 2 guys. I guess I could say 3 and 3A, but for the top 5 list, we'll just say 3 and 4. And I'll bring up first, David Montgomery was going to be my number 3. And the more I watched this guy, the more I liked him. He reminds me of one of my favorite Eagles of all time, and that's Shady McCoy. This is a dude he's got a lot of sudden cuts, great contact balance. You watch his highlights, he does not want to go down. This guy will not go down. That can be a negative in the NFL because guys that don't want to go down usually fumble the ball, but this guy doesn't seem to have that trait. He broke 100 tackles last year on 250 attempts. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. He just runs through tight spaces, man. This is a guy that runs through tight spaces, and defensive guys are constantly looking for. He's 5'11", 216 pounds. Another guy doesn't really have a burst, but once the space is there, man, he's taking it. And another thing that I really like about this guy is he's a swag guy, man. He's got an attitude that I think would fit in great with this Eagle team. You look at guys like Deshaun Jackson, Nelson Aguilar, Alshon Jeffrey, just that swag, just a certain swag about David Montgomery that I really, really like, and I think the fans of Philadelphia would enjoy. This dude, man, the catching, he can catch the ball very well, break free of linebackers on crossing routes. Doesn't really have a second level speed. That would be a negative. I talked about Darrell Henderson with the second level speed. David Montgomery really doesn't have that. He's not the fastest guy, but he's very elusive, man. Again, think Shady McCoy, and I put David Montgomery in that kind of category. I think he can be that good. Definitely worth a second round pick. Maybe that's... But I feel like the Eagles are going to wait and see if he falls to 4, and I'm just not sure if he will. If he does, I think it'll be a steal at the 4th round. So that's David Montgomery. That's my number 3 to be followed right behind him. I mean, an inch behind him is Miles Sanders out of Penn State. He is quietly rising up a lot of people's draft boards, and I think this kid is pretty damn good. You look at who he was behind at Penn State, just behind Saquon Barkley, who's just an elite running back, one of the great running backs in the NFL. Not many people are going to be able to take his spot the way that Miles Sanders did, and I think it really raises questions about how good Miles Sanders was. I hate to make this comparison, but kind of Chris Carson from the Seattle Seahawks. I look at him, very fearless, reckless guy. Got way better speed than Chris Carson, but just not as powerful. That's why I say that. He's his own runner, and very patient, which is important. I think Eagles love guys like that. He's got a whole lot of acceleration, and he catches the ball really well. 5'11", 211 pounds. He was very at Penn State. He was very involved as a wide receiver. They normally put him in the slot, which is something that I see the Eagles do with their running backs a lot. His decision making is something to kind of question. But other than that, man, I mean, I see him as an Eagle type guy, man. I mean, you watch him on the highlight film, and a lot of things just kind of come out at you. And again, that being able to catch the ball is very important for the Eagles. They've got Jordan Howard, who is that bruiser, who is that LeGarrette Blount. Now they need somebody to complement that, and I think any of these guys, but definitely Miles Sanders, would fill that perfectly. I think you can get him in the 4th. He could drop further than that, but I wouldn't. I think if he's there at round 4, the Eagles have 2 picks unless they decide to trade one to move up. But I would definitely take him with one of those picks. And keep in mind, the Eagles don't have a 3rd round pick, so if they wait till the 4th, you just never know what can happen. I mean, drafts every year, there's surprises everywhere, so you just never know. I know that a lot of the teams are kind of seeing what teams like the Saints are doing, and somewhat with the LA Rams did last year, kind of having those 2 backs that are both good and complement each other well. So you just never know when a team come out of nowhere that you don't think needs running back and take one of these guys. But I'm sure Howie and Doug are going to have their eyes and ears focused on this. And then that brings to my number 5. Now, my number 5 originally was Corey Olsen from Pitt. But I had to change that because they don't need a guy like him if they got Jordan Howard. I mean, this guy's kind of a Jordan Howard type player. You know, he's that big bruising type dude, old school running back. I think he's going to be good for somebody. I just don't think it would make much sense for the Eagles to bring him in because they kind of need somebody elusive. Which my next guy, the guy that I drafted up to take Ollison's spot, and that's Justice Hill out of Oklahoma State. Now this guy, again, man, is another one of these guys that's just kind of quietly moving up. He had the fastest speed, I believe, at the combine. Could be wrong. 5'10", 190 pounds. Again, just kind of another kind of Eagle-like player. He reminds me of Marlon Mack a little bit. Very light on his feet. And he allows things to... He's great. He's got some good decision-making. He kind of allows holes to open, allows things to happen before he gives up on it. Hard jump cuts. No health issues at all. And here's another important thing that some of these other guys don't have, and he's good in pass protection. Which pass protection can always be kind of learned. This guy's already got it. I think it gives him something as far as on the Eagle end. And then, again, just like some of the other guys like Miles Sanders, this guy was used a lot as a receiver out of the backfield. He doesn't have the softest hands, doesn't have the greatest hands, but they're very consistent. The negatives for Justice Hill, which is why I didn't put him at number 5 to begin with, is he kind of lacks a push. His vision in certain areas isn't too great because he runs into blockers a lot. I noticed that. He runs into his blockers a lot, which is going to be frustrating for us fans to watch that. But again, this is things that can be learned with coaching and whatnot. The raw talent of this guy, I'm going to say 5th round, maybe late 4th round if they can get him. But I'll be happy. And that's my top 5. I mean, no need to really take too much more of your time. This was kind of fun to write and to look at and kind of just see who would fit well with the Eagles. A running back, even though it isn't valued as much in the NFL. It's definitely valued with fans, man. We love a good running game, and it's just so important for your quarterback to stay upright and have. It's just another element, man, that the defense has to key on. We look at the games that the Eagles played in the playoffs last year, and they knew they didn't have to game plan for a Wendell Smallwood or a Josh Adams. I mean, they just didn't have to do that. Now you bring these other guys in, and especially with Corey Clement coming off an ACL, you don't know what he's going to be like. We dealt with that last year with some guys. So just to bring him in, or to bring any of these guys in and have them there, I think would be great. And I think any of these 5 would be good. I would be happy if the Eagles draft any of these 5. I have a really bad feeling that they're going to wait and grab some guys that maybe we don't like. I don't like as much. I know some guys like McCall Armstead at a Temple, local dude. He's kind of a bigger guy, kind of Jordan Howard guy, so I don't know why they would want him. Or Homer from Miami. It's another guy that people are talking about. But I just think these 5 are the perfect fit, and the only 5 that I think could fit well in the Eagles' offense. Benny Snell, people are talking about him. Please do not draft Benny Snell. He just reminds me of a bowling ball. I don't think he's going to be good in the NFL at all. So stay away from him. Howie Roseman, if for some reason you're tired, you're sitting in bed, you're just looking through YouTube for shits and giggles, and you come across this video, listen to me. Just listen. I said draft Jordan Howard, and you did. Now I'm saying to you, please, draft one of these 5 guys. Do us all a favor. This offense has a chance to be something special. Let's do it. Go Birds, everybody. See you next time.